Dzień dobry, witamy na kolejnym podcaście spółki PJP Makrum. Dzisiaj spotykamy się w innej lokalizacji. Mamy na łączach naszego kolegę z Niemiec, którego przedstawimy za chwilę. A tutaj przy mikrofonie Piotr Szczeblewski i...
Dzień dobry, Dariusz Szczechowski, kłaniamy się.
Dzisiaj nasza rozmowa będzie zrobiona w ten sposób, że początek naszej dyskusji, tak jak to teraz robimy po polsku i przeskoczymy szybciutko na angielski, tak żeby z naszym kolegą komunikować się już w tym języku. Our listeners would like to meet PROMStahl GmbH today. That's why I would like to welcome today our special guest from Gehrden, Germany, Tima Denhausa, CEO from PROMStahl GmbH. Hello, how are you?
I'm fine. Thank you for inviting me. Hello to all.
Hello, Tim.
And Tim, at the beginning, just the first question, and if you can present us a little bit PROMStahl GmbH, especially for our listeners, it will be good to know something from the history, and then we come to the current situations.
So the birth situation from PROMStahl GmbH was in a dark, cozy meeting room very close to us here, with three people which were thinking about the actual situation in the former company and about the future for them and for the way they would like to act. And fortunately, after we decided to create something by our own, and we presented the business plan to the former board of directors from Deutschland.
Mm-hmm.
So we find some very mind-open persons which were able to detect and to realize the possibility and the potential of the cooperation between the very well equipped production unit in these days for dog levelers and the missing sales part, and also the knowledge of the technicians from these three stupid people, I would like to say.
Yeah,
Tim, your intro sounded like some thriller screenplay, yeah?
Yes, but it's also the truth that was not the first meeting and the first discussion about the dog levelers in Preußen this time, yes? Behind or before this meeting was also the long cooperation between the company from Germany, yes, and the Preußen in this time, and also what was the parts of the docking solution equipment that was produced in Preußen, right?
That's what I said. So it was a complete good cooperation between the trained staff in the production unit and, let's say, the missing sales part for growing up their own business. In these days, there was a decision made by the former partner from Preußen to quit the cooperation. And so they are searching for alternatives. And we are, as a part of this former company, also searching for a company. I always say it's this chance to grow up something by your own, you always got once in a lifetime. And so it was the very best to take the decision to cooperate, and that's what we did. And after only 2 years, we were able to cover our own costs here in Germany by the income of sales. And since that, we had this rapid growing from PROMStahl GmbH up to 40% now of the complete GKE group turnover. And that's, of course, I think it's a really good and successful history we can look now, and
yes,
I really appreciate to be part of the team.
We talked already about years 2007. Yes, that was the years that the company PROMStahl GmbH was established. And because 2 weeks ago we spoke with Dariusz Szczechowski from PROMStahl Polska, and they told us that the many of solution or idea was also implemented from PROMStahl Germany this time, because the PROMStahl Polska was established 2 years later. Yes, that means that was the time that, for example, from you, from Janusz, from Jörg, maybe Tim, you can tell us about the company, how look like the company today. And because at the beginning, like you have said, the 3 people want to start it with a new business, but today the organization from both sides looked completely different. How look like the organization in Germany?
Maybe Tim also, if you could tell us a few words about your colleagues, because we know that the crucial thing for our activity is our team, all the people that are involved in our business.
But Tim, also we are a little bit limited in time, yes? If you want to tell us about the 50 people, that will be too long. That means just the main, yes?
Yeah, that's the point. So we are growing up not only in volume, but also in persons, let's say. So we are now have here our staff grown up to 43 members and 11 sales guys representatives, which are working all over Germany. And to be honest, every person or every part of this team is important and responsible for the success from PROMStahl Germany. So it's a little bit, maybe not right to lift just 1 or 2 persons in the focus. So everybody is responsible for the success, as I said, and the whole team counts. So if we could expand the time for this podcast, let's say about 1 or 2 hours more, then I would go in every single person and tell you what is the best and what is his part of the success. But I think it will blow up the possibilities in this podcast.
Yes, but Tim, this is also a really good idea, because our podcast going, of course, to our listeners, but big parts of the listeners is from our group. And few people from us was intent or was in Germany to see the colleague directly. Yes, before the pandemic time with coronavirus, we are met quite often today. We can say thank you for the technology that we have, like today, vision and sound, and we can talk together. But this is a good idea to maybe to present the parts of the organization in the short film. Maybe you are so in a YouTube channel, GKI IMMOBILE, and we try to introduce to listeners the different part of our group. Yes, and also for our employee will be interesting to see how working the people in Germany and in different departments and so on. We talk not about like today the podcast with the 20-30 minutes, just the short film, just to introduce, to show something. But back to the questions. Of course, the sales organization in PROMStahl Germany, of course, is clear. What else? We have the service, yes?
Yeah, we have a service department which is constantly growing, and where we see, of course, a lot of potential for the future, because due to the fact that we are offering and selling a lot of products in the markets which we are responsible for, we have, of course, also a very good growing for spare part and service activities in our areas. And of course, what we also do, because this is what I also mentioned out, is that we have fast-growing export areas where we sell a lot of our products.
Yeah, that was exactly my next question to you, Tim. That PROMStahl sell the product not only in Germany, yes? We have also the parts exports. And tell us maybe a little bit about the differences between installation the product in Germany, for example, and working with dealers in France, for example, yes? Or tell us about area from the activities of PROMStahl Germany.
So our main market is and remain, of course, the German market. So in this market, we are offering the complete range of our activities. That means we are having the sales guides which are working in the market and train the customer and meet the customer for their needs. And we have on the other hand, the service organization, and we are doing also the installation by our own and by subcontractors. And in this area, we are also doing all the maintenance works, and selling the complete range means in this case also that we are also selling doors and other equipment what we do not produce by our own. Mm-hmm. This is what we are doing only in Germany. So when it comes to our export activities, and then we are a little bit limited on our own product. We are focusing on the products made by PJP and selling just the product without any services. That means not installation. We are not doing the maintenance by our own. We are selling the products by our sales partners.
Why it's like this?
Sorry, Tim. What about the dealers? Could you tell our listeners a few words concerning the experience? Do we cooperate with them for a long time or for a few years only? How do you describe it?
Yeah, all of these dealers are mostly long-term partners. That means we are constantly doing business with them. And this is also one of our strengths, I would like to say, that we are focusing on long-term and really fair cooperations with our sales partners. And this is, of course, for us also necessary to guarantee the quality we would like to have for the end customer. So when we start to work together with a new sales dealer or sales company in the foreign country, then we are trying to bring them on this level to be able to guarantee the quality would we like to see on site at least. So what we are also doing, and this is very good for the sales organizations, is that we are giving them the opportunity to create their own brand. Mm-hmm. And this is very helpful for them because most of them have already done some bad experience with other companies which are focusing on creating their own brand in different nations. And we work a little bit more fair, let's say, in a partnership-wise to these companies, and this is what makes us really successful in dealing with these long-term partners.
Okay, but Tim, probably, of course, not only the strength of our brand, of our company, is the sales department and long-term cooperation. Probably something else, yes. Many times we talk about also technical support, yes, for the customer. This is also one of the points that we like the service can provide to market, to client.
This is, of course, the strength of our company, let's say, because due to the fact of the long-term experiences in this area, we have a lot of very good trained technician supporters here from PROMStahl GmbH, and the most of our partners outside of Germany are door guys, let's say. They are focusing on the sectional door area. And of course, due to the fact that they are not dealing daily in the leveler business, they are a little bit, let's say, confused, I wouldn't say, but they are not safe enough by their own, so they don't feel comfortable with this topic. And that's why they are really focusing on a company which is able to support them in the sales activities as well as in the maintenance and in the installation activities. And that's what we can guarantee to our customers. And therefore, I'm pretty sure that this is the key to be that successful in the area of export nation, let's say. So we are doing at least 60% of our goods outside of Germany. This is not the turnover, but we're talking about products. Mm-hmm. And this shows that this is really a main market for us.
If you compare the product portfolio from us with the product from our competitors, Germany or Europe-wide, your opinion, does it look the same? Is better? We have also some strength with the technology that we provide to the market.
I think the key for being successful is to deliver a good quality, a high quality for a reasonable sales price. And this is what we are focusing on here in project. And of course, you can die in beauty, I always say. So you can offer a leveler which is always equipped for 100 tons, but it doesn't help you because you never will be able to sell it. So our customers focus on reliability, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
So they need to have quality products where they don't have problems with. And this is what we can deliver, and this is what we guarantee to our customers, and that's why they are working together with us.
Well, to be honest, Tim, I must say that all you've described, all this activity was the example for us how we should organize our internal export activity also in PROMStahl. Yeah, that was the pattern we took, and we decided to continue your job in other countries. So all you said, I think, is crucial for our activity in the whole group.
But about the export from PROMStahl or PJP Makrum, I will say not today, because this will be separate podcast, and then we can talk about it a little bit deeper. But Tim, if we looking for the future or the business environment that we have already in Europe and your parts of activities, yes, today we have pandemic time. We are after the lockdown in Europe, and how look like
maybe before
or before, and how look like the situation today, or will it be positive, negative? Because for our point of view, a lot of people buy today in internet. Yes, that's why everything what is connected with e-commerce growing. That means also for us, for example, the storage places or logistics center that we can offer our product. And what's your opinion?
I think the same is, in all the markets we are active in, we see that the growing up of logistic areas is constantly. So even in this pandemic time, the facilities for logistic areas is growing and growing, and that gives us, of course, a good feeling for the future, also for our business, because as you said, the e-commerce is growing constantly. So from the very first beginning, I have to say, from 2007, these logistic areas was always on a good way, let's say, and this is what we can detect also in these pandemic times. That whenever we look around and there's a new building coming up, then it's mostly because of logistics.
But
and
some people,
that helps us a lot.
But some people say, okay, you're right, growing and growing, but will be the time. We don't know when. That will be so many different localization of logistics center that will be finished. And what will be our answer of such situation or for such suggestion?
I don't see this point, because we are talking about decentralization at least. So in the past, it was good enough to have one logistics center for a big distributor, for example, close to one big city. Mm-hmm. But it's not good enough. It's not good enough because the reaction times need to be better. And when the sales is growing, they need to have more and decentralized facilities. And that's what we are detecting more and more. So that means the old facilities are, in the meantime, in the middle of the country, of the city, and it is not reachable anymore for the truck traffic, let's say. So they need to bring it outside. And that's why it will be a permanent process from my point of view, that logistic areas will pop up. And within this development, I see really shield in the future for all the activities.
Tim, what about the situation of replacement? Because our products are heavy duty working. So do you have a chance to talk with the clients, our end customers that orders us the replacement of the old units for a new one?
Due to the fact that we are focusing and work together with resellers mostly, as I said, also in foreign countries, but also in Germany, there are a lot of logistic areas which need to be replaced at least, because these facilities inside the cities have also a charm. Maybe not for the big flow of food or something like this, but the cost for the ground is of course incredibly high, and that's what we see why a lot of customers need to have replacement levelers. The old levelers are from the 70s or from the 80s or from the early 90s, and these levelers need to be replaced because the ground is so costful, let's say, so expensive that they try to keep a minimum in these areas also.
Yes, because we have here two attitudes. One of them is, of course, the quality of our levelers. And if we talk about the lifetime, it's probably that we talk here 10, 15 years, yes, if it's used. And of course, with the logistic, is also the point, because some years ago, delivery, if someone order in internet was, I don't know, weeks or two, and that was okay. And today, nobody accept so long time. That's why that must be much more cars people, delivery company, that they bring the issue in 1-2 days. Yes, this is something what we accept today, and maybe in Poland, for example, I listened yesterday that the company want to deliver even in a weekend. Yes, that'd be quicker than before.
That's what I mean with deregulation. That means in the past it was good enough to have one facility outside the big city, and now you have 5 or 4 or more, even more facilities around to deliver in time, in this acceptance time. So as you said, when I book my buy something on, I don't know, can I say that, Amazon, I expect to have it on the next day. Because I'm trained to have it on the next day, and so the complete business is damned to fulfill these needs.
Tim, I remind you something. Sometimes when you order something in our workshop, you also expect it to have it next day.
That's it. So that's when our customer order it in the web shop in the evening, because they want to have it on the next day, they call us in the morning. Where's my part? I ordered it yesterday.
Yes. This is always like this. You know, you can think about buying something through the months, but if you decided to buy, that you want to have the issue next day, yes, because that was the decision, and because of the shareholder of our company, the really people want to know how long can be this business working well, yes. And what is your opinion? We talk about 5, 10, 15, 20 years. How long can we with these prospects?
You know, with all these discussions about environmental problems and stuff like this, I do not really see an alternative. Of course, the way the trucks are handling our goods will change. I'm pretty sure that they will work with other fuel types in the future. I'm pretty sure. But at least the connection to the end user, to the discounter, will be the same, because it is much too expensive to change in that way. Of course, we're talking about drones and deliveries by drones and stuff like this. But honestly to say, if you just think about the massive flow of goods we are talking about, then to think that some drones will do the job that the truck will done today is a little bit naive from my point of view. So maybe I'm a little bit old-fashioned, but I think we have a long future in this business.
Tim, probably you're right, and the transportation in the future change. Yes, and doesn't matter that we talk about the trucks, or we talk about drones, or we talk about another transportation kind, but someone must take and give the issue, yes, and then probably if not today, and we don't offer some levelers for the drones, maybe not in the future. Yes, we have the good people in
our engineers think about it,
here and engineers in the our colleague in Germany, and we can of course try to prepare something for the future, and I have no problem with this. And Tim, that will be interesting probably for our listeners. Maybe you have some story about some special localization, maybe was some special delivery, what like the interesting you can tell us.
Yeah, of course, every project has its own charm, let's say. So when we are talking about special areas, then of course we are very happy to get an order from Taiwan about 216 levelers, which is quite a high amount for China Post. This is from this point, because of the long distance transport, it's of course very interesting. But if you, on the other hand, if we are talking, and I'm a technician, to be honest, I'm focusing maybe a little bit more on things like the new ISOcube, where we have a great development, and I see a big potential for it when it comes to cooled house areas or hygienic areas, or also to have a safety zone in the front to improve this safety situation for the truck driver and so for the warehouse persons. So I see this is at least maybe more interesting than having a big order from Far East or from other areas of the world.
Yes, that's why some of our products are prepared, especially if we talk about the safety. Yes, because
yes,
probably that's with will be just highlighted in the future, that the safety first. Yes, like the motto from many companies. And
also in the last R&T, maybe we had the safety topic on the agenda, and we see that the market is the request for safety features is growing up more and more. For sure, in some areas more than in others, I have to say, but this is definitely a thing we should put our focus on it in the close future, let's say, not in the very far away future, but in the nearest future. I think this is something we need to focus on.
That's a good summary for today, I think.
Yes, that's the point, Tim. We want to go to the end of our meeting, and maybe you want to say something to our listeners on the end of our discussion.
So, what to say? I'm not prepared in this case. But this is what I really enjoy in this group, is that everybody is open-minded, and the work together is really more like in a family, like it is in a big enterprise we are. So this is really enjoyable to work in this way together, and that helps us also to be a little bit more sympathetic, maybe, for our customers than the others. And
Tim, we should thank you for this, and probably we should tell about why we use English like the language for our communication. Yes, because just natural will be if we talk Polish. It's not
or German.
Or German. And so many years was like this, yes. And so about 3 years ago, we decided that not just some person can speak in one of the languages, and the most popular language is English. Probably like we are spoken before our meeting, we can say the original English guys say, okay, that was really English, but for us, for our
Switch off.
communication, it's
But
really good.
as we know, the key is to understand each other. Yeah? We do not want to be 100% fluent in English. We want to understand what we mean, and we, I hope, succeed with it. Yeah.
Yeah, to understand each other, you need to have the same target, and that's what we have. So this is maybe a good end of the discussion.
Of course, always we have our hands. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Or body language, if it's necessary.
As I said, like in the family.
Yeah.
Yes. Tim, thank you very much for today. It was very nice to meet you in our podcast. And I hope that in the near future, we receive from you some shortly films or short movie about the organization in Germany that will be nice to introduce to our listeners.
So,
thank you, Tim.
So
and
finally,
have a nice day.
finally to break the rule. Tim, dziękujemy bardzo. Miłego dnia.
Thank you.
Thank you for that.
Bye.
Vielen Dank.